And our stream is back. Our apologies. Everything just randomly shut off in the middle of that Mobsters power play. There was a power play goal for the Mobsters scored by Caleb Williams. In the second intermission, the Mobsters lead 3-2, shots 32-21. Again, and we apologize for all the technical difficulties here tonight. It seems like everything that can possibly go wrong has gone wrong tonight. But again, second intermission, Mobsters up 3-2. Caleb Williams, a power play goal at the tail end, literally right after everything went haywire. So we'll step aside for the last few minutes of the intermission. We'll be back for the third period of play. And we welcome you back for the third and what could be final 20 minutes of play here at the Team Toledo Ice House. The Toledo Mobsters lead the Wooster Bulls 3-2 on the backs of a Caleb Williams power play goal at the tail end of that second period. Again, we apologize for any and all technical difficulties here this evening. Let's hope and pray for no more issues. This game is too good to have any more technical difficulties. Mobsters 3, Bulls 2. Shots 32-21 in favor of the Mobsters. The players are set. We finally have all the referees on the ice. And for the final time in regulation, it's hockey time here in the Glass City. Mobsters 3, Bulls 2 sets up for a fascinating third period of play. Bell pulls to the backhand, upended by Sarter. Duma is issuing instructions. Loose on the doorstep. And fanning on the shot was Sierra. Carried back the other way by Racker. Closed off by Brendan Powinski. Nestor ushers one up top. Handcuffed Duncan with the pass. Got to get on his horse. Doom out to play that puck. Zips one around to the far side for Taylor Raska. Chops one down the ice. Ostrander on the near side feed. Works out to the perimeter again. Raska left one for Racker. Back feed for Way. To the near side he goes for Williams. Just plays one in. Spun out of the zone. Now Zach Steele carries back in. Steele throws on the break. He's got some time. And the space was being closed off by Williams. Lays one back for Homaki. Williams feeds on ahead for Lutz. Onsides play. Lutz has Raska going to the net. Poked away by Ostrander. Lutz a one-handed pass. Now he'll regain control for a moment before Steele steals it back. No legs for icing. Myers picks up. Nearly picked off, literally, with the hand of Lutz. Fired back the other way. Schutte through the Team Toledo logo at center ice. Ossenmacher dumps back in. Giving chase now Myers, far side corner. Held in by Smith. Shot wide of the net. Fired out of the zone. Bernath got a piece of that. We continue on. Doom sauces one across. Need aside by Schutte. Ossenmacher feeds on ahead. 2-on-1. He's got Pavlica with him. It's Kane. Throws one down. Pavlica had the stick lifted at the last moment. Delayed penalty, however, is coming up. Picked up by Logan Schramm. Hooking penalty is coming to the Bulls. That means it's time for another Shotmakers Pro Shot power play. Mobsters trying to increase their lead. Converted their last opportunity. It was Caleb Williams. Currently the man taking the face-off. Racker back feeds one. Laid back down by Duncan. Lutz to the corner for Williams. Sauce back for Lutz. Circling the zone. Pass up top. Raska with a wrist shot. Hits a body in front. Redirects wide. Air Jordan. Or is it Air Raska? Shot! And glove down by Bell. As Racker came together with Caserta. 16:48 to go in this one. Mobsters up by 1. Stick lift from Lutz. Now Zach Bell picks up the loose puck. Carries along. Racker got to be careful with that free hand. He wrapped it around Bell. Duncan scoots along. Top of the circle, Duncan. Pass was nullified. Duncan's second opportunity finds Raska. Back for Duncan. Return feed once more. Raska works up top. Racker to the near side. He goes Caleb Williams. Behind the back, Duncan across for Raska. Shot well over the net. That clears the zone and gives the Bulls an opportunity for some fresh legs. Duncan, 50 seconds to go on the man advantage. Lays one to the near side for Ossenmacher. Now on for Raska. Toe drag Raska. Drop pass Williams. Works one down. Ossenmacher got a piece of it. Poked along by Powinski. Grabbed from the point by Williams. Shot into the legs of Matt Omachinski. Foot race. Williams stick lift. Ostrander comes up with the puck. Works one in on Doom that pops up. Dangerous opportunity. Time for another rush for the Mobsters. Nestor zips one on across for Graver. Graver shot. Stick the side to the near side by Luke Bell. Passed up top, Nestor. Shot off the glove of Bell. We're back to full strength. Colt Reynolds backhands down the ice. Graver on ahead. A little too far ahead of Denman. As Homaki gave it away. Kane in. Shot save made Bell. Rebound was sitting there for a moment. $14:48 to go in this one. Myers reverses that one, intended for Ryan Johnston. Thrown towards the net, but wide. Pavlica below the goal line. Unable to avoid his man. Carried down the ice. Penalty coming up here for interference. As heading to the box is Mike Fry. And that means the Bulls have another opportunity here on the power play. Two minutes on the board to Fry. 14:28 left in regulation. Face-off won by Racker. Puck cleared down by Duncan. Caserta left the puck behind the net for Zach Bell. Carries in, top of the circle. Shot was fought off by Doom. Cleared down the ice. Couple of guys tumble to the ice, and loose puck at the blue line. Racker pokes it free, works through some physicality from Reynolds. Racker in tight, tries to tuck in. Net comes off behind Bell. Offensive zone face-off for the Mobsters. Who are still shorthanded for the next minute and 20 seconds. Off the face-off, shot by Kane. Whistled wide. Duncan making the heads-up play, sends it back into his own defensive zone for Nestor. Back to Duncan. Airmails one back for Nestor. Zone cleared again by Toledo. As icing was called accidentally. That's going to bring a face-off at center ice. Just one of those brain fart moments. I used to be a ref. I certainly had my fair share. About the only thing you can do is exactly what the linesman did there. That's on me. That's about all you can do. Say, I'm sorry, that's on me. Took full acceptance of that mistake. We continue on. Lob to the near side. Kane couldn't get there. Was chopped away from him. Colt Reynolds circling back. Drops one back into the near side corner. Omachinski back for Steele. Left one back behind for Matt Omachinski. Under 30 to go on the power play for the Bulls. Carried down by Omachinski. Drop pass Ostrander. Works one over for Reynolds, and that's all the farther it goes. Muscled down the ice by Nestor. 5 seconds left on the power play. Hamaki had his pocket picked. We're back to full strength with 12:22 to go in regulation time. Steele cuts around Williams, works his way around Raska. Zach Steele down the ice. Way. Pitchforks one down for Raska. Hit all alone. Raska the shot. He misses the net. Beautiful opportunity for Taylor Raska. And he just completely missed the net on that one. Better get back in that Hockey Sense Arena over at Pillar. I have to give him a hard time about that. Great place to work out, Pillar Fitness. They certainly know what they're doing over there. They changed my dad's life, that's for sure. Figured it was time for a change. Excellent CrossFit gym. Couple of locations, Pillar Fitness. Loose on the doorstep, off the crossbar, still loose. And they say it went in. They're going to say it was back bar. Arnie Travick, adamant. Four to 2 game. If you didn't think it could get any weirder. The official's gonna verify that the correct call is made. Doing the right thing here. Ernie Travick was right on top of things, though. I mean, he was right at the net. Still no confirmations. Officials still conferring. And it's waved off. No goal is the call on the ice. They'll say it was the crossbar. Game remains a 1-goal game. 3-2 Mobsters lead with 11:55 to go. That would have been a fantastic insurance goal. They're going to have to dig a little deeper into their bag of tricks. That top line has been buzzing all night. Lutz and Williams and Raska. This line's been pretty solid themselves. Racker, Denman, and Sarter. Sent down the ice. Shooty knocked to the ice. And a penalty is coming up to the Mobsters. Nothing like a Friday night game here at the Ice House. Smith given the initial penalty, also given a 10-minute misconduct. And that'll be interesting to see what all went down there. Looked to be just a regular kind of hockey play. Man seemed to just be falling on his own. I mean, this is as an unbiased broadcaster being brought in as a guest here this evening. It looked like just a regular kind of hockey play. A guy falling to the ice. Ernie Travick saw the stick there. Heading to the box, Austin Smith. Nonetheless, it's another power play opportunity for the Bulls, trying to hoof their way into this game, try to tie things up, even things up. Carried out of the zone by Zach Bell. Dances around Duncan. Zach Bell with speed. Glove down by Doom. You know, the Seahawks had the Legion of Boom back in the day. The Mobsters got their Legion of Doom between the pipes. He's been rock solid here tonight. 23 shots, 21 saves. Duncan, first to the puck, works his way around Pawinski. Duncan towards the blue line, glove down by Remington Reynolds. Shoves one back into his own defensive zone for Caserta. Worked back into the Mobsters zone. Zach Bell pulls up on the half wall. Looks for an outlet. Little squib pass to Caserta. Back up top. Caserta can't handle the pass. Puck trickles out of the zone. Through the wickets of Racker. They're going to say no icing. It was tipped in. Doom out to play it around. Stick lift from Pavlica. Zach Bell has a man. Shot. Doom the save. .10:35 to go in regulation. The Mobsters lead by 1. 3-2 your score. Thought they had their fourth goal a couple of minutes ago. Was waved off by the officials as it hit the crossbar. Played back to the point. Homaki across, sent down for Colt Reynolds. Elevated up top, Homaki. Plays one down to the near side corner. Colt Reynolds stepped into by Graver. Reynolds still with the puck. Puck squirts out to Ossenmacher, who just clears down the ice. Played back onto the near side. Steele couldn't get around Ossenmacher. Back feeds into his own defensive zone. Puck dumped back down the ice. 10 seconds to go on the power play for the Bulls. Again, coming into this game, 15.6% on the man advantage. Haven't really been able to get too many prime opportunities in this one. Steele held up, works through it. We're back to full strength. Steele has a man. Top of the circle. Ossenmacher lays one down the ice. And giving chase, Homaki. John Homaki sets up shop behind his own net. Feeds one off for Patrick Ostrander. Ostrander bounces one ahead. Lutz steps in front of it. Feeds up top. Williams down the ice goes Caleb Williams. Top of the circle. Shot over the net of Luke Bell. Steele. One touches one for Ostrander. Pitches one in. Picked up Brody Duncan. Duncan sidesteps his man. Brody Duncan rushing down the ice. Strong on his skates, works through a couple of body checks. Picked up now, Raska top of the circle, shot high over the net. Raska back down low. Spun away from the play. Williams works one up top. Graver the shot, blocked in front, swept back down into the near side corner. Raska on for Caleb Williams. Sauces one for Raska. Loose in the slot. Lutz trying to dig away to find it. Williams to the slot. Hands off for Way. Shot wide. Lutz back to the half wall. Jams one up top. Graver held out of the play. Carried out by Schramm. And picked back up. Stretch pass way too far. Couple of sticks on the ice. Pass too far ahead of Raska. Icing called against the Mobsters. 7:58 to play in regulation time. The Mobsters up 3-2 on the Bulls. Time slowly ticking away in this one. Mobsters nursing a 1-goal lead. Racker on for Raska. And now Bell through the skates of Raska to the near side with the pass. Caserta works his way on in. Caserta, wrist shot, Doom the save, sticks one back to the near side corner. Nestor. Too far for Racker. Zach Bell lost the puck. Racker, long shift, works out wide. Passes up top. Nestor one-timer. Glove down by Luke Bell. $7:18 to go in this one. Nestor shot hit his own teammate Denman in front. Duncan wrestles one down into the corner. Caserta picks that loose puck up. Denman. Caserta still down. Duncan across the way. Shot in front. Bell pads that up and out of play. Under 7 to play in this one. Mobsters up by 1. Played up towards the blue line. Pavlica circles back into the offensive zone. Blocks the clearing attempt. Throws one towards the net. Bell grabs that fluttering shot. Mobsters want to keep things going here. Keep the pace of play up. As few whistles as possible. If the Bulls can jam this game up, clog this game up, give themselves more time, more rest, they like where their game would be. Played back to Kane. Colt Reynolds got a piece of that one. Now Kane back the other way, picked off by Ostrander. Ostrander off the skates of Ossenmacher. Colt Reynolds in front, cleared away from danger by Duncan. Not going to have legs for icing. Just died at the end. Steele works out wide. Duncan, poke check. Puck taken away by Wooster. Shot from the dot by Steele, goes wide. Steele, shot, blockered into the near side corner by Doom. Puck takes a weird hop off the stanchion. Muscled down low by Steele. Duncan across the way. Up top he goes for Lutz. Picked off by Myers. That puck hit Taylor Raska, who was trying to come out of the ice for a change, so we'll reset. Face off deep in the Mobsters' defensive zone, 5:34 to go. Shots are 40-26 in favor of Toledo. Clinging on to a 1-goal lead. They'd love some insurance. Raska to the near side for Lutz. Lutz lugs on in. Pitches one down. Sticked aside by Bell. Raska centering feed. Nobody there for the Mobsters. Bernath. Shot! Rings one off the post. Through traffic. And Brady Bernath nearly potted one. Looking for his first point on the season. Carried along by Caserta. Works his way rink side, dumps in, checked by Bernath, who toe picks. Sarter, stick lifted. Caserta, shot, Doom the save, big rebound laying there, cleared away by Bernath. Sierra, as Wade dumps a man in front of the net. And that's going to be a penalty coming up to the Mobsters. Davis draws the penalty way to the box. Interference the call. And a timeout is called by Wooster. 4:41 to go, 3-2 your score. Timeout by Wooster. They head to the power play. We'll step aside for just one moment here from the Ice House. And we are back. 4:41 on the clock. 2-minute power play coming up for Wooster. Haven't seen a penalty go their way in quite some time. Standalone penalty, I should say. Caserta and Bell and Pawinski starting things off along with Sierra. And Remington Reynolds on the far side of your screen. Pawinski mohawking across the blue line. Shot blocked by Nestor. Cleared into the neutral zone. Racker, Nestor, Duncan, and Sarter killing for the Mobsters. Carried out wide by Caserta. Caserta down low. Sends one in front. Save made by Doom. Loose puck into the far corner. Sarter hammers one around. Held in at the point. Remington Reynolds fires one down. Across with the pass. And Caserta couldn't get to it. Pawinski has to retreat into his own zone. Under 4 minutes to play. Pawinski flutters one across through the goal mouth. Carried on ahead by Bell. Rink wide feed for Caserta. just easily into the zone. Shot blocked by Nestor. Nestor holding the puck to the boards, going to try and kill precious time. Shot from Zach Bell goes wide. Big collision in the near side corner as Caserta picks up the loose puck, far side corner, sweeps one down for Nick Sierra. 35 to go on the power play. Nestor down the ice as he'll head off for a change. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Brody Duncan, nice play to step up. Duncan finds the puck, tries to throw one back, steal zone entry, steal shot blocker save made Doom. Rebound is played up to the point. Homaki the shot, steered aside by Doom, cleared down the ice, and that should just about do it on the power play, and it does. We're back to full strength, 2:40 to play. Mobsters up by 1. Ostrander, stretch pass for Colt Reynolds. Reynolds to the backhand, drop pass, couldn't connect, picked up Taylor Raska on for Jay Denman, carries down the near side wing, drop pass Raska, has Williams going to the net. Raska, the shot save made by Bell. Chipped around high off the glass, stick lift by Raska, allows Denman to pick up the puck. Rink wide feed, held in by Nestor. Stick handles, tight ropes across for Graver. Shovels one down for Denman. Through the slot, picked up by the Bulls. Played on ahead for Steele, dumps in. Under 2 to play now. Nestor picks up far side. Rink wide feed for Graver. Stretch pass off a Bull in the neutral zone. Denman jams one along. Pawinski goes across. Caserta on for Bell. Loose puck. Racker just pokes it out of the zone. Down goes Sarter. Throws on the brakes at the half wall. Into the slot. He goes loose in the slot. Racker almost got it. As Sarter going to throw hands on the far side. Some heavy rights from J.J. Sarter. Took a while to get some real blows. But Zach Bell got his licks in too there. A good scrap. That sets up the last 81 seconds of hockey. How about a fight to really add to the tension? As a timeout called by the Mobsters, we will step aside. 1:21 to go. Mobsters up by 1, 3-2 your score. .81 ticks of the clock. 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. Mobsters up by 1, 3-2 your score. They're up in the shots, 42-31. And it's the final countdown. Puck down. start that final countdown of the clock. Carry down the ice. Sierra shot doom the save. 1:08 to go. What a game this has been. Tightly contested. Bell had gone to the bench for an extra attacker. Will now return to his net until the Bulls get control. Nestor carries on ahead, finds Williams with a pass. Williams slices through the neutral zone. Shot Bell has to stick that to the near side corner. Nestor works one up top. Intended for Racker. Intercepted by Colt Reynolds. Works down the ice. Bell to the bench for an extra attacker. Reynolds no-look pass. Gave it away. Raska tries to get there as that's slashed behind the net. 44 seconds to play. Duncan to the blue line. Out of the zone it goes. Duncan. Some fancy stick work. Shovels one to the far side. Played back to the near side for Racker. 30 to play. Racker is checked on the red line. Raska tripped up. We continue on. Nestor throws one down the ice. 15 to play. Caserta down the ice. Steal. Nearly breaks free. Steal to the far side corner. 7 to go. Picked up by Denman. 5 to play. Jane Denman shoves one down the ice. Raska stick handles as time expires. The Mobsters victorious in this one. Moved to 5-6-0 and 111 points, while the Bulls dropped to 2-6-0 and a hard-fought game between these two teams. An entertaining game for sure. Took a while for that first fight. I mean, 1:21 minutes left in the contest. Again, sincerely appreciate the Mobsters for reaching out, having me fill in here this evening. We appreciate all our sponsors: Borderline Grill in Sylvania, Gather by Gray's Station, NWO Trailer Rentals, way too detailed, Pillar Fitness, Toledo Landscape Supply, and our Power Play sponsor, Shop Makers Pro Shop. Next home game for the Mobsters, January 3rd against the Iron City Forge. Again, you can't say this wasn't an entertaining game. Back and forth action all night. Right before Christmas. I mean, how much more joy could you spread than good hockey? Ricky Doom gets the win. Second win of the season. 29 saves on 31 shots. Luke Bell the loss. 40 saves on 43 shots. I mean, both goaltenders played extremely well here this evening. That's going to do it here tonight from the Team Toledo Ice House. Again, I sincerely appreciate the Mobsters reaching out, letting me fill in here this evening. My name's Zeke Fravor, voice of the Toledo Cherokee. Signing off from the Mick Gonzalez press box. Final score here tonight, Mobsters 3, Bulls 2.